A lot of people think a will avoids probate. In reality, it usually guarantees it. Your family could be stuck dealing with it for months or even years. I'm going to break down what probate is, what it actually costs, and the simple ways to avoid it. Because once you see the numbers, you'll understand why people try so hard to stay out of it. Probate is a court process that starts after someone dies. At a high level, the court appoints someone, called a personal representative, to gather your assets, pay your debts, and distribute what's left. And here's a key point most people miss. If you have a will, the court will use it as a roadmap. If you don't, the state makes the decision for you. Either way, you're still going through probate. So why do people try to avoid it? Because probate can get expensive, and the way fees are calculated is not as simple as most people would think. I'll show you the formula, but honestly, the examples matter more. Attorney fees in Nevada follow a sliding scale. 4% on the first $100,000, 3% on the next $100,000, 2% on the next $800,000, and it keeps decreasing from there. And then personal representatives have a similar but different fee structure. But here's what that actually looks like in real life. If you have a $500,000 estate, probate costs about $24,000. At $1 million, it's about $44,000. And at $5 million, you're looking at roughly $164,000 in fees. That's money coming out of your estate before your family sees anything. And that doesn't include court fees, appraisals, publication costs, or litigation, which can drive the cost much higher. So cost is one issue, time is another. Probate isn't quick. In Nevada, it can take anywhere from a few months to several years. Most cases aim to finish within about 18 months, but disputes or complications can drag that out significantly. Now, this is where things start to get practical. If an estate is under $150,000, there are simplified options. Sometimes you can even get away with something as simple as an affidavit. But once you cross that line, you're usually in full probate. So how do you avoid all of this? The most comprehensive option is a revocable living trust. It lets your assets pass outside of probate entirely. You can also name beneficiaries directly on retirement accounts, life insurance, even bank accounts. Married couples often use joint ownership, so assets pass automatically to the surviving spouse. For things like homes or vehicles, you can use transfer on death designations. If the asset has a named beneficiary, it can usually skip probate. But a trust is the gold standard. Because instead of solving this one asset at a time, it solves it all at once. At the beginning, I said a will doesn't avoid probate, and in most cases, it guarantees it. Probate isn't inherently bad. It's just the default system. But it's also public, court supervised, and often slow and expensive. So here's the bottom line. If you don't plan, probate is probably in your future. But if you set things up the right way, your family can skip the whole process.